Yeah, well, that's sick. Glass behind you, sick.
Wow.
Bangers!
When it comes to photography, my philosophy is to keep things simple. As little gear as possible and keeping things lightweight. So you can just go out and not have to hold a heavy camera bag. So tonight we're going to be going out and doing some portrait photography, but specifically we want to be getting that cinematic vibe. So in this video I'm going to share 3 tips with you, so by the end of it you can actually go out with just one single light and get cinematic portraits yourself. Now today I've collaborated with SmallRig and this is a light we're going to be using. It is the RF20C. It's small but it is very powerful. It's a 20-watt light, so it's super bright and the colors are just very strong. And we will also be using the projector attachment. This just screws on like so, and it's got these little metal discs here which you can take out, and then you can project this pattern onto a wall. So this is literally our whole lighting setup. Super minimalistic and super compact. So tonight's location is the city of Arnhem here in the Netherlands. This is where I live. I moved here a couple of years ago, and although it might not be the biggest city in the world, there are definitely some hidden gem photo locations. And the place we're going to tonight is definitely one of those. So the first tip we're going to do is using contrasting colors. The reason why we've come here is because we have all these nice artificial blue lights, and then with the SmallRig light we're going to be putting it onto the color red. And the reason why we want to do this is because that's going to create some contrasting colors, and when you use contrasting colors it's going to make the subject of the image, which right now is the model, it's going to make them stand out and really pop within the frame.
Yeah, that's really cool. Nice. Yeah, just looking back over. Step a bit more here. Yeah. Looking at me. Yeah, that's kind of what these ones are looking like.
Oh, that's cool.
What I want to do now, instead of having the whole light on the model's face here, I'm going to angle it just up so that the edge of the light is the only part. So it's kind of like all blue, and then we just have this nice red little shine just on Pin's face here, because I think that's going to make for a more subtle look instead of like fully red and then fully blue. So let's try that for a shot. Can't believe how small this light is. Like, look at this. Okay. Oh my god, what is going on here? Okay, this is looking really cool though. I think you're gonna like these shots. What is going on? This car's drifting around. Yeah. Nice. Looking at me.
Whoa, fit
Yeah,
man.
it's cool with like just half your face.
Nee.
You kind of looks like you have a beard. Do you know what I mean? It kind of looks like this. If you can put your hands here, kind of blocking the light a bit further away from your face. Nice. Alright, so that was the first tip. Now, tip number 2 is using a light as a backlight. And this is super simple. All you're doing is literally chucking the light behind your subject, because then it gives a nice glow around the model. Like, you'll see the hair just really pops. So literally, let's chuck the light behind the model and get some shots like that. Is that okay with you?
That's okay with me.
I'm gonna stand in front. Yeah. Now we have that nice glow. Yeah, oh, that's sick. Yeah, that one's nice with your head back. I'll come in a bit closer. Nice, bit of a lens flare there. And then I think what can be cool is a shot of you standing like this, and then like maybe like hold like one of your hairs, like just hold it there. Yeah, really cool. And let it go.
Whoa, I really like this.
Alright, what time is it?
Pose time.
Yeah! Alright, we ran out of posing ideas, so now we're going to go back to ChatGPT, our favourite friend.
Found one.
Yeah?
This one, yeah.
Oh my god, that is the best pose I've ever seen. Go. Yeah. Bangers. I like the one with the hands above and also leaning over.
This one.
The hand that's on your head, you want to keep a little bit of space. So yeah, even like a little bit more, because like, yeah, you want it to be like that. Yeah, no. And then like looking, like lean back and look up a bit. Glass behind you, sick. It's kind of cool, right?
Wow.
Bangers.
That's sick.
Alright, this is a bonus idea with a light. Here's what you do. You get the light here on the tripod, shine it on a backdrop, and then get the model to stand in front of it, and you get this sick composition. Looking at me again. Up with your eyes shut. Face me a little bit. Looking over there like you were. Chin up a bit. These are really cool. Have a look.
Wow. Yeah,
How cool. Alright, now for the last portrait tip, we're going to be using this projector attachment. So literally just take this out, and as you can see, there's this little metal thing on the front here. This is just magnetic, so we can just take that off. We have like all these other little patterns we can choose from. So like there's a love heart pattern, if there's a window pattern, there's this really cool textured one we got here. I think we'll use this one here. Alright, so we've got the magnets here, and we just chuck on this little pattern. Then all you need to do is just screw the projector attachment straight on. So the idea here is I want to get some cool patterns across Ping's face, just to give it a bit more of a creative portrait look. So ideally I want like a nice red strip of light just across her eyes, and then we're going to have the nice blue background. There, yeah, so there. Now I'm going to use these little things to cut off the pattern so it's only one slither of light. Now I'll just angle it so it's just across your eyes. Nice and annoying for you, but it looks cool for the photo. Yeah, this is sick. Try get some more of the patterns. Yeah, it's sick.
Oh,
so it
wow.
looks like
Yeah, I see what you mean.
There's
now.
like streams of light kind of coming in. I like this pattern, but we do have a lot more. So let's try another one, because why not? We've got it on the wall now once again, because I really like that shot where we have the projection on the wall, and then if you want to stand here, just like, yeah, like this, and then we can get you framed in between those two patterns. I think that's going to be a sick shot. Alright, do you want to just stand there? If you look up this way, where's the light? Yeah, looking at me, looking over there. Nice. Looking at me. I think I've got to bring it back a little bit more for what I want. I want a bit more of a gap. Yeah, something like this. Standing just there, yeah. Nice. Yeah, this looks so cool. Nice. Yeah, just hold your hand up there. And a bit more like with a serious face. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That is so cool.
Looking at me. Yeah, I like this pose. Okay, I think that brings the shoot to an end. Let's go home and edit these photos.
Let's edit it.
Alright, we are back now 3 days later after the shoot, and it was actually nice to do a bit of a different style of video and a bit of a different style of shoot as well, because I've mainly been shooting street photography like the past couple of years, and I've really been focusing on that. So it was nice to do some portraits for once, as well as this kind of nighttime cinematic vibe, especially using the lights. It was really fun to change it up a bit. Because we were using the SmallRig RF20C in combination with the blue lighting of the background, I didn't really need to edit the photos too much. But we'll go through a little edit right now. So this is the raw photo here. This is probably one of my favorite photos from the shoot. My whole editing process always is just, firstly, I go over to one of my presets. I think less is more from my essentials pack. That will work here. So that's already given the image a little bit of pop. But for me, it's a little bit too blue here. So we'll go ahead and adjust the white balance maybe a bit more to the warmer side and a bit more tint, and we'll bring the exposure up a little bit so we can see the details in the face. A bit more warm just so we can get a bit of skin tones back. By the way, if you want to grab my Lightroom preset pack, it's what I use to edit all these photos. They're in the description below. Now I want to crop the image for Instagram because Instagram, their new ratio is 3:4. So that's the largest aspect ratio that you can post in. That's going to take up the most amount of screen. You just tap R, then we're going to go down to 4:3. I like to double tap L to just really black out all the screens to see what I'm doing with my crop. Then we'll just position it somewhere here. And now I want to give the image a little bit of fade. So we'll just go to this bottom tab here, fade it a bit, and then give it some grain. Somewhere around here. Bring the size down. It's almost there. The only thing I'm missing is a bit of that original blue, so maybe we can bring the temperature down a bit more. And lastly, we'll just add a little bit of blues into the midtones here. I like to just grab this little dot here and just move it until I think it's in a nice spot. I like that. I'm happy with that edit. So there's the before and there is the after. A couple of my favorite images from this shoot were this one here. I really like how the light is creating this circle and then we've put the model within the center of that. I think it just creates for a nice balanced frame. I also like this one where we had the projection on the background and then frame the model's face to be within those two lines there. I think that also creates a bit of balance. And I like how it's just created a bit more creativity within the frame. Instead of just having a plain light, we've got this nice cool pattern. And the last photo here that I really liked is this backlit photo. So we've got the nice red backlight coming through and the blue of the environment just really creates once again for that super contrasty look. And it's a bit more of a natural pose instead of like something that looks really forced. This is more of a natural movement. One thing I don't like about this image actually, I just noticed now, is this car in the background. Can we get rid of that? Let's test out Lightroom's AI generative fill. Before, after. But yeah, that is the end of the video. If you want to check out the light that I used in this video, then I have linked it in the description below. That's all from me today. As always, don't think, just do.